What is up, Broncos fans? The Denver Broncos Show back here again to do another video. In this video, I'll be recapping and breaking down the Broncos' 24-13 loss to the Indianapolis Colts yesterday in the AFC Divisional round of the playoffs. Another extremely disappointing loss for the Broncos in the postseason. Another extremely unfortunate way to end our season. Just a heartbreaker, man. We've suffered three really brutal losses in the postseason now with Peyton Manning, and this one was very frustrating to watch as a Broncos fan. But you got to give the Indianapolis Colts credit, especially Chuck Pagano. I give him a ton of credit. I thought we were out-coached for a majority of this game. I thought he really had his team well prepared, and congratulations to the Colts, all their fans. They're really having a special season. They played great, even though I think we might have lost the game more so than they won it. Still give them credit. They played great, and they were the better team yesterday, and I have nothing but respect for the Indianapolis Colts organization. Again, congratulations to them, all their players, their coaches, their fans here on YouTube, and best of luck against the New England Patriots this Sunday in the AFC title game in Foxborough. The Baltimore loss, of course, 3 years ago, I think was probably the hardest one to take, probably the saddest one, if you will. Seattle loss, of course, in the Super Bowl, 43-8. That one was just probably the most disappointing one. But this one to the Colts at home, a team that you think we should beat and are better than, you just kind of just don't show up, and you just get, again, out-coached and outplayed for 60 minutes at home again. This one's just probably the most frustrating one of the three playoff losses, and again, just another extremely disappointing way to end the season for the Denver Broncos. Now, looking at some of the good things we did here in this game, there wasn't much, but there was a few things I thought we did well here against the Colts. First and foremost, I thought we ran the ball fairly effectively on the offensive side of the football here against the Colts defense. We had 88 rushing yards. C.J. Anderson had 18 carries for 80 yards by himself. He averaged 4.4 yards per carry. Made a beautiful run, obviously on 4th and 1. Beautiful individual play on 4th and 1 to break 2 or 3 tackles. He should have been tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss, but he was able to just make a great individual play, get that 4th down conversion for us. And I thought for the most part he played pretty well throughout this game, getting to the second level, getting some yards after contact. I thought we ran the ball pretty well in between the tackles against this defense, and I thought we had the most success running the ball when we ran it just kind of right at him, punched him in the mouth, and ran it right up the middle. I thought, again, when we ran in between those tackles, we had a lot of success against this Colts defense, but we kind of got away from that. And again, C.J. Anderson only had 18 carries. I thought the play calling throughout this game was very frustrating and just very confusing, and I would have liked to see C.J. Anderson have a lot bigger workload than 18 carries, especially given the fact that he was having so much success running the ball pretty effectively in between the tackles against this defense. Our defense also forced 2 turnovers in this game. You like seeing that. We had 2 interceptions of Andrew Luck here against the Colts. Bradley Roby had one, and Raheem Moore, had the other one. They weren't necessarily great defensive plays by Roby or Moore to get those interceptions. They were just kind of Andrew Luck having nowhere to go with the ball and just kind of forcing, throw down the field, trying to make a play. But still, Bradley Roby, he got that interception and gave us great field position offensively. We're at like the 50-yard line. Weren't able to capitalize on it. So the fact that our defense got the turnovers was great, but our offense did nothing with either turnover. But still, give our secondary credit again for picking off Luck twice. And I thought our third down defense was fairly decent in this game. It wasn't very good at times. It was very terrible. Our execution defensively on third down at times. Our play calling, especially on third downs at times on both sides of the football, was horrible in this game. But I thought in the second half we made some adjustments, played better in coverage, and played better on third down. The Colts went 5 of 13 on their third down conversions offensively in this game. They did a great job of sustaining drives, especially in that first half and especially down the stretch in the fourth quarter. But I thought in the second half and primarily the third quarter, the Broncos defense did a pretty good job of getting off the field and forcing them to punt. And lastly, I thought Connor Barth played great for us. Our kicker, he went 2 of 2 on his field goal attempts here in this game. He had a 45-yard field goal and a 41-yard field goal. I thought he played great. It was good to see him hit 2 big kicks for us in the playoffs in crunch time, and I hope to see him back next year as our kicker. Nice way for him to end the season in the playoffs again with a good performance, hitting 2 40-plus yard field goals against the Colts. Now looking at some of the bad things we did here in this game, I mean, this is just kind of a laundry list of stuff we did poorly here against the Indianapolis Colts. First and foremost, you got to start with the offense's execution on third down. That was one of my keys to the game. My preview for this game is that the offense had to keep drives alive, had to sustain drives, and beat this defense on third down. This was the second-ranked defense on third down in the NFL. And we did a poor job of executing offensively on third down. We go 4 of 16 on our third down conversions here in this game against the Colts. Again, they did a great job of really kind of containing us and holding us on third downs. We had 4 3-and-outs in this game, and we just put ourselves in way too many third and long situations. And I thought the play calling was terrible on second down. We had some really terrible calls on second down by Adam Gase that put us in those tough third down situations. And when you're putting yourself in those third and long situations against a great third down defense like this, you're just making it easy for them. And again, you really just had a bunch of missed throws by Peyton Manning as well. Peyton Manning was extremely inaccurate this game, especially with throws down the field, and that also killed us on third downs. We were in a lot of third and long situations again, so we had to pass the ball, and Peyton Manning just kind of missing throw after throw after throw, especially down the field, really killed our third down offense in this game. We scored only 13 points. I mean, that's really not acceptable for this offensive group given the personnel that we have, especially at home against this defense. That really killed us. You only score 3 points in the second half. Again, offensively, you're putting a ton of pressure on your defense and putting them in a hole. And then, of course, we had that huge turnover. I think it was in the latter part of the first quarter or in the early part of the second quarter where Peyton Manning got sacked. Ryan Clady, terrible job protecting him on that play. He fumbled the ball. Jarrell Freeman recovered it, gave the Colts great field position. They were able to capitalize a touchdown on that. I mean, that was just a huge momentum play offensively. Ryan Clady, you can't let Peyton Manning get sacked from the blind side like that. And again, he fumbles the ball. Just a huge turnover and huge play by Jarrell Freeman to recover the fumble. And we only had 200 passing yards against this Colts defense. Just pathetic execution in the passing game by the Broncos here in this game. Peyton Manning, again, was very inaccurate in this game. He goes 26 of 46 for 211 yards. He had 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. You like seeing that. He didn't turn the ball over here with the exception of the fumble. He had 0 interceptions. That's good. But he just missed multiple throw after throw, especially down the field. There was like 3 or 4 throws, maybe even more, in that second quarter down the field where Emmanuel Sanders had beaten the coverage. He was open, and Peyton Manning just overshot him every time by a good 3 to 5 yards on each one of those throws. I mean, he was just terrible in this game. Again, he was extremely inaccurate. A near interception to Vontae Davis twice in this game, just 2 bad throws. One was just an extreme overthrow to Demaryius Thomas in the back of the end zone that Vontae Davis almost picked off, was almost able to keep his feet in bounds. And then the other one, Vontae Davis just completely jumped the route. Just a terrible decision, terrible underthrow by Peyton Manning. And again, he just his decision making in this game and his inaccuracy in this game really hurt our passing attack. Again, Emmanuel Sanders was open multiple times in that second quarter down the field, and Peyton Manning just missed him. And again, he almost threw 2 interceptions to Vontae Davis. Just really poor decision making by Peyton Manning in this game. And now there's reports that he had been playing with a strained, and some people are even saying torn quad throughout the past weeks and in this game. So that definitely could add something to do with his inaccuracy in this game. But he's got to be better. You got to expect more out of Peyton Manning, especially at home in the playoffs. I mean, he's got to hit Emmanuel Sanders on those throws, and those are missed opportunities that you can't have in the playoffs, especially at home against a good team like the Colts. And the Colts secondary did a great job in this game as well of really limiting Emmanuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas on the outside. Once again, they did a pretty good job of that in Week 1 against us, and they did an even better job of that here in this playoff game against us. Those 2 guys only combined for 12 catches, 105 yards, and a touchdown here in this game. Demaryius Thomas had 5 catches for 59 yards and a touchdown, and Emmanuel Sanders had 7 catches for 46 yards. Again, I thought Emmanuel Sanders played really well in this game. He got loose a couple times in that second quarter, got down the field, beat the coverage down the field, and again, Peyton Manning just missed him terribly on some throws. But Demaryius Thomas was just uncharacteristically bad in this game. The touchdown catch that he had on the first drive in the first quarter was nice, and that was a nice throw by Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning also had a nice throw down the field to Julius Thomas. After that touchdown catch, Demaryius Thomas completely disappeared in this game. He had a couple really terrible drops on some screen passes, and he really just was ineffective. You got to expect more from a guy that, at 1,600 receiving yards, over 10 touchdowns this season, over 100 catches, to only come up with 5 catches for 59 yards and have the drops that he did. I mean, that just really killed us. And again, those drops were on first and second down. Again, not executing on those downs, putting yourself in a hole on third downs. That just absolutely killed us here in this game. Got to have more out of DT primarily. And again, Peyton Manning's got to hit Emmanuel Sanders more on those throws down the field. He was open. Those missed opportunities killed us. And lastly, Julius Thomas offensively, I thought while he was pretty effective in this game to start, he had 6 catches for 53 yards. He had a beautiful 32-yard catch and throw from Peyton Manning in that first quarter. Did a great job of beating the the safety LaRon Landry in one-on-one coverage. Great catch down the left sideline. But our offense, and I put a lot of this on Adam Gase, our offensive coordinator, we did not attack the middle of the field enough with Julius Thomas and use him enough effectively to win this game. We attacked on the outside with him, not utilizing him in the best way that you can. You got to attack the middle of this defense, this Colts defense, to be successful. You'll probably see New England try to do that with Gronk. We did a great job of that in Week 1 with Julius Thomas when he had over 100 yards against them, and I think like 2 or 3 touchdowns. You got to attack the middle of the field. You got to send him in the middle of the field, attack these linebackers in coverage, and we didn't. And it sucks. It sucks to see the way that Julius Thomas, kind of his second half of the season went for him, and kind of the second half of this game went for him. And I put a lot of that on Adam Gase, just not utilizing Julius Thomas and not putting him in the best positions to succeed. And that definitely was evident in this game. Got to put him in the middle of the field more to attack offensively, especially through the air. Our passing game would have been a lot more effective, and put him in better positions to be effective and succeed. And then defensively in this game, you also equally was bad. I think defensively, for the most part, you played well enough to probably win this game. You hold the Colts to 24 points. That's not too bad. But you still give up 364 total yards of offense to the Colts, which is terrible, especially at home. They did a great job of running the ball in this game, did the Colts. They had 99 rushing yards in this game. They averaged 3.5 yards per carry. They did a great job of really kind of controlling the edge in the run game with their offensive line, and getting to the edge in the run game, and kind of running outside the tackles. That's really what they were most effective, and they did a great job as well of running the ball kind of inside, in between the tackles in that last drive they had in the fourth quarter, like that 8-minute drive they went to seal the game. They did a great job of running the ball there as well. Our defensive line did not do well at kind of punching this offensive line in the mouth and winning that battle in the trenches. And then Andrew Luck was just too good in this game. He goes 27 of 43 for 265 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, of course. What killed us was that we weren't able to pressure Luck at all. We weren't able to collapse the pocket on him at all. He pretty much had clear throwing lanes to throw in throughout this game. And again, you really never hit him. You really never beat him up. And that's something that I said in my preview we'd have to do. This team lost a lot of games this season, the Colts, when teams were able to pressure Andrew Luck. We didn't do a good job of that at all. Again, 0 sacks in this game. Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware combined for 10 tackles and 0 sacks. They were pretty much non-effective. The Colts did a great job of really containing them on the outside. And then our interior pass rush was non-existent. You had 0 interior pass rushing presence in this game. Malik Jackson was non-existent. Terrence Knighton wasn't to be found. Derek Wolfe, we just did, again, a poor job of getting in Andrew Luck's face, collapsing the pocket. And again, when you got Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware, and they can't get not even 1 sack between the two of them in a playoff game at home, that's just terrible, man. That's just really terrible. And again, I put a lot of that on Jack Del Rio. You got to come up with more creative ways to pressure Andrew Luck, because clearly what we were doing wasn't working. And again, he was allowed to be too effective. 265 yards total passing, 2 touchdowns, and again, completes 63% of his passes. He was just too good in this game. He had 2 rushing attempts in this game for 21 yards. One of those rushing attempts was for 20 yards on like a 3rd and 17, which is a great play by Andrew Luck to get outside the pocket, extend the play with his legs, and again, turn it upfield for 20 yards and get the first down, keep that drive alive. And he just had an absolute dime, beautiful throw to Kobe Fleener on 3rd and 16. That was between like 3 or 4 Broncos defenders. Just amazing ball placement and amazing touch on that throw by Andrew Luck. He was just great in that regard. Did a great job of distributing the ball throughout this game, consistently going to T.Y. Hilton, especially in that first half. Hilton had 4 catches for 72 yards in this game. Did a great job attacking the middle of the field with T.Y. Hilton, and he consistently did a great job of beating Aqib Talib again in the middle of the field, and kind of beating him with his first step quickness. And Fleener also was great again, 3 catches, 49 yards for him. Had that huge catch but between 3 or 4 Broncos defenders on 3rd and 16. That was huge for the Colts. And again, Luck was just too good in this game and too effective for us to win. Just did not pressure him enough, and it's just pathetic that Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware, a team with those type of pass rushers, doesn't even come up with 1 sack. And the Broncos defense in this game gave up way too many long drives in this game. The Colts did a great job of really controlling the tempo of this game, controlling the clock, the time of possession. You look at the time of possession in this game. Indy had the ball for 34 minutes and 1 second. Denver only had it for 25 minutes and 59 seconds. Again, they did a great job with that running game of sealing the edge, getting to the outside, being effective with it, controlling the clock, and again, opening up their passing attack and opening up the ability to attack the middle of the field. And they were able to sustain, very long drives here in this game. They had a 13-play drive, an 11-play drive, a 9-play drive, 2 8-play drives, and you know, that's just way too many long drives you're giving up defensively. You eventually got to get off the field, or you got to make a play. And then in the fourth quarter, you give up a 13-play, 8-minute, 14-second drive by the Colts. They did a great job of running in between the tackles, kind of smashing us in the face. Their offensive line did a great job of getting a push up front, beating up our defensive line in the trenches on that drive to really seal the game. Again, 13-play, 8-minute drive essentially in the fourth quarter. And lastly, defensively for the Broncos, you just give up too many big plays in this game to the Colts offense and expect to win. Indy in this game averaged 9.8 yards per catch against us. They had 6 plays of 15 yards or more against us. Again, Andrew Luck had that huge 20-yard run on 3rd and 17 for the Colts to keep a drive alive. Then he had the pass on 3rd and 16 to Kobe Fleener. They did a great job attacking the middle of the field, getting some big plays with T.Y. Hilton through the passing game. Again, defensively, your coverage has got to be better. Aqib Talib really did not play well in this game, especially in that first half. I thought we should have made an adjustment defensively and putting Chris Harris right away on T.Y. Hilton. Again, I put that on coaching. We were out-coached for a majority of this game. Big reason we lost it. But you can't just give a great quarterback like Andrew Luck and a great offense like the Colts with the personnel that they have and with as prepared as they were for this game, 6 plays of 15 yards or more, allow them to have, again, a 13-play drive there in the fourth quarter to really seal the game and have as many long drives as they did, and really allow them to convert on 1st and 2nd down and not put themselves in really 3rd down situations in general, or any 3rd and long situations in general, and expect to win defensively as the Broncos. We just really played poorly. Again, we didn't do a great job of pressuring Luck. Again, Jack Del Rio didn't do a great job of really kind of being creative in how he was pressuring Luck. We didn't collapse that pocket interiorly. Andrew Luck had too many clear windows to throw in. And you just weren't physical enough defensively. Just a tough loss in general. Broncos again fall to the Colts here, 24-13 at home in the playoffs again in the AFC Divisional round. Just a heartbreaker, man. But once again, congratulations to the Colts. Leave me a comment below whether you're a Broncos fan or a Colts fan. What did you think of this game? What did you think of the Broncos' performance? What did you think of the Colts' performance? We are now 3-4 in the playoffs with John Fox, who ironically was let go today by the Broncos, and they mutually agreed to part ways. So now we don't have him as a head coach. We're 2-3 with Peyton Manning. Who knows his future? There's just a lot of questions, man. We definitely need to add a pass rusher, I'll tell you that, especially after our ineffectiveness of getting to Luck in this game. And it's just tough right now. Just tough to be a Bronco fan. Tough to really kind of digest and process this game and move on. Just another shitty way to end the season. And once again, it's always next year. That seems to be the motto of this organization past 3 years. This one just really frustrating and a tough one to lose. But you know, again, give the Colts credit where credit's due, and it'll be interesting to see where the Broncos go from here. Again, now we're looking for a head coach. I'll have a video probably out tomorrow, give my thoughts on John Fox firing and what he did in Denver and who we're potentially going to look for and all that good stuff. So I'm done rambling. Thank you everyone who watched my videos this season. Thank you to all the Broncos fans who watched and commented on my videos this season, and to all the Broncos fans out there, keep your head up. Hopefully we'll be back better than ever next season. Use this as motivation, and as bad as it sucks, hopefully we can make a run to Super Bowl 50. And man, this one just hurts, but it is what it is. Done talking. Again, congratulations to the Colts. Good luck against the Patriots. And as always, guys, for the last time this season, go Broncos. Sucks to end the year on this note once again.